My people, pay attention. Close your eyes for one moment and hear this striking reality. A truth the mighty baobab tree whispers only to the dust. The greatest resistance you will ever face in your life is not outside you. It is the friction of your own stubborn bones refusing to accept the flow. Today, we speak of the 3 powerful lessons of the invisible, relentless wind. We tell the story of a foolish hunter who sought to conquer the very air he breathed, under the title, The Wind's Third Lesson: How to Gain Speed Only When You Stop Resisting. In the village of Ife-Oluwa, near the Great Savannah, lived a hunter named Obi. Obi was known for 2 things: his unmatched speed on the hunt and his immovable, blazing temper. He was strong, arrogant, and believed the world was an enemy waiting to be conquered. The wind, known in our land as Afeefe, had been a teacher to Obi since his birth, whispering 2 clear laws. Lesson 1: the wind teaches direction. If you resist me too much, I will break your spear. Know your limits. Obi understood this. He always braced himself against a sudden gust. He knew where the danger was. Lesson 2: the wind teaches strength. If you master my flow, I will carry your voice. Use my power. Obi understood this too. When he ran across the savannah, he never fought the wind. He angled his body, letting the great Afeefe push him forward, gaining speed he did not earn. Obi thought he was wise. He thought he had mastered Afeefe. But Obi's arrogance was a fire that required constant fuel. One year the rains failed. The animals migrated far beyond the known borders, towards a sacred, forbidden mountain peak named Oke-Iya. The fastest way there was across the Valley of Whispers, a place where the wind was not a push, but a chaotic, unpredictable vortex. The chief of Ife-Oluwa offered a staggering reward: the golden quiver and the king's blessing to the first hunter who returned with meat from Oke-Iya. Every hunter hesitated, for the Valley of Whispers was feared. It was where Afeefe taught his most difficult, unspoken truth. Obi, however, saw only the prize. He saw only the prize. "I will not let Afeefe dictate my fate," he roared. "I have conquered his tricks. I will build a shield. I will run straight. I will conquer this valley." He did not prepare his body, he prepared his shield. He forged a thick, convex slab of ironwood, varnished smooth, meant to cut through Afeefe's power like a boat cuts water. He strapped the heavy shield to his chest, believing resistance was strength. Obi stepped into the Valley of Whispers. The air immediately turned cold, heavy, and thick. Afeefe, the wind, did not roar. He began to circle. Obi began to run. He put his head down and drove his thick shield directly into the invisible current. The result was immediate and catastrophic. The valley's wind was not a straight push. It was a complex dance of currents, diagonals, and updrafts. Obi's heavy shield, designed to resist the front, caught the sudden, sharp lateral currents of Afeefe. Obi began to run, but not forward. He ran in circles. He fought Afeefe with every muscle, driving his legs harder, pouring his sweat into the dust, convinced that if he just used more strength, the obstacle would break. But the more strength he used, the tighter Afeefe spun the circular current. Obi looked down, gasping. He realized with horror that he was running exactly where he had been 15 minutes earlier, his heavy shield pressing against a force he could not see, his speed collapsing into a tight, useless rotation. This, my friends, is the terrifying reality of life that traps most great minds. When you mistake stubbornness for strength, you simply spin your wheels in the same spot. Obi thought Afeefe was laughing at him. He screamed, dropping his heavy ironwood shield. He fell to his knees, utterly defeated, looking at the smooth, polished wood. He saw his own face reflected in the varnish, twisted by rage and exhaustion. "Why, Afeefe, why have you trapped me? Why did you make this current impossible?" he whispered, his body finally still. And Afeefe, the invisible teacher, did not use thunder. He used a sound like dry leaves scattering over the sand. "I did not make the current impossible, Obi. I made the current invisible. You chose to make your resistance visible and heavy. You are trapped by the weapon you designed to protect your arrogance." Obi stared at the heavy ironwood shield, now lying uselessly in the dust. He had prepared for a frontal war, but Afeefe had started a fluid dance. The hunter had lost all his speed when he added the one variable he thought he needed most: resistance. Obi remained still for a long time, the cold seeping into his bones. His heart, once blazing with fury, now cooled to a painful, quiet ember. He remembered the first two lessons, direction and strength, but he knew there had to be a third. He looked at his legs. He looked at the vast, swirling valley of whispers. He thought of the wind's invisible complexity. Obi finally understood. The true path to speed is not found in fighting Afeefe, but in becoming a part of Afeefe. He stood up, abandoning his shield. He closed his eyes not to hide, but to feel. He spread his arms wide, opening his body completely to the invisible currents. He yielded his strength. He yielded his direction. He decided to allow Afeefe to move him, not where he wanted to go, but where Afeefe needed him to be. He started running again, but this time he didn't push. He moved with the wind, allowing the pressure to shift his weight. When Afeefe pushed left, Obi angled his body slightly left. When Afeefe swooped upward, he leaned into the lift. He was no longer a hunter fighting the air. He was a sail embracing the current. The change was breathtaking. He wasn't running, he was gliding. The circular current that had trapped him suddenly became a spiral that carried him forward. The wind that had once been friction now became a tireless, invisible engine. Obi stopped focusing on the destination, Iya, and focused only on the movement, the fluid dance with Afeefe. He was moving faster than he had ever moved in his life, gaining speed by reducing effort, shedding friction by embracing his own vulnerability. He finally reached the sacred mountain, hours ahead of every other hunter. He secured his prize, but the golden quiver meant nothing. The king's blessing was secondary. His true reward was the knowledge delivered by Afeefe's third lesson. Obi returned to Ife-Oluwa, not with arrogance, but with a terrifying, quiet wisdom. He knew that the Valley of Whispers had revealed the ultimate secret of life. Lesson 3. The wind teaches surrender. You gain maximum speed only when the friction of your own ego drops to zero. When the unexpected current of life, the sudden job loss, the shocking betrayal, the illness, hits you, your first instinct is to strap on the heavy ironwood shield of resistance. You fight the direction, you fight the flow, and what happens? You burn out your strength, running in tight, frustrating circles. You remain trapped in the same painful spot. The jaw-dropping truth is this: your shield of resistance is heavier than your obstacle. Your refusal to yield is the primary reason you are slow. If you want to achieve true velocity, in business, in healing, in relationships, you must learn to unclench. You must stop fighting the direction life demands of you right now. Drop the heavy shield of, "I must control this outcome." Resistance. "I am right and they are wrong." Friction. "This wasn't my plan." Stubbornness. Yield to the current. Feel the angle of the flow, and let the chaos of Afeefe's wisdom carry you forward. That moment you stop resisting.
That moment you stop resisting is the moment you gain the speed necessary to launch you into your new, unforeseen destiny. My friends, if this story hits you not in the ears, but in the center of your stubborn chest, do not simply scroll away. We do not ask for your likes or your shares because we know you are strong enough to make your own decision. We ask you to do something far more terrifying. Tonight, when you lie down to sleep, surrender one single impossible problem to the invisible wind. Drop the shield. Tell the universe, "I stop fighting this." If you are brave enough to truly yield that problem, that burden, that resentment, then, and only then, subscribe to this channel. Do not subscribe out of habit. Subscribe as a covenant with the wind. If Afeefe carries you forward with impossible speed, we will be waiting here to hear your testimony. But you must drop the shield first. The fastest hunters are not the strongest. They are the ones who yield. Go well, my people.